So now, at first we will discuss about the organs that are participated in this whole digestion process of humans. At first, the mouth or oral cavity that has the vital role in this whole process because the mouth is the particular organ that helps to take in the food inside our body so that the other organs can participate in this whole process. So the other organs are such as the stomach, small intestine, large intestine as you can see in the screen. So let's discuss the whole process in elaborate manner. So now at first the first organ, the mouth or oral cavity that is participated in the carbohydrate digestion process, and it helps to intake the food inside our body, and after consuming the carbs or foods, the foods are begin to break into small pieces, and this breakdown is scientifically termed as the mastication. And then and then the small pieces are mixed with the saliva, and which is the produced by the several salivary glands that we all know that we have the three particular salivary glands in our oral cavity. So after consuming the carbs, we can see that the mastication process occurred, that is the break the large pieces into the small pieces and mix with the saliva so that it can digest so easily. And now a particular enzyme that is called as the salivary amylase, which is secreted from the salivary glands, that is helped to break down the bonds between the monomeric sugar units of disaccharide, oligosaccharide, starch. As you can see the picture that is on the screen, the whole bond breakdown process. Okay. Now the next organ that is participated in the digestive process of the carbohydrate, that is the stomach. As we all know that the stomach has an acidic nature, and that means the pH level is very low in the stomach, and this low level of pH inactivates the salivary amylase. Okay, so we can say that the salivary amylase cannot break down the monomeric units of oligosaccharide, disaccharides in the stomach, but there's a mechanical digestion that is occurred in the stomach. And in this mechanical digestion, we can see that the carbs are mixed with the uniform mix of chyme that is formed due to the mixture of the digested food and the gastric juices. And the carbs and the chyme are mixed with each other due to the strong peristaltic contractions of the stomach. And this mixture of the carbohydrate and chyme help to progress the whole digestive process of carbohydrates. Okay. So now the whole mixture is gradually expelled into the upper part of the small intestine from the stomach. Okay, so here the pancreas is secreted pancreatic amylase just like the salivary amylase, and it functions just like the salivary amylase too. That is the breakdown of the starch to a small oligosaccharide parts. Okay. So now as we can see in the lower part of the screen that the pancreatic amylase enzyme helps to break down the polysaccharide forms into the monosaccharide ones. Okay, so here we can see the examples, that is the polysaccharides like starch is breaks down into the disaccharide form, that is the maltose, with the help of the amylase enzyme, and then it breaks down into the monosaccharide form like glucose by the enzyme of the maltase enzyme. Okay, so same thing happens with the sucrose and lactose also. Okay. So now the last destination of this whole digestive process is the large intestine or the colon. So after the functioning of the small intestine, the whole process comes into the large intestine. Okay, so here no enzymes is functioned, but a particular type of bacteria that is called the gut microbiota plays an important role in this large intestine. And this gut microbiota ferments these carbohydrates to feed themselves also. So this is a perfect example for mutualism, where the both species can benefit themselves by same process. Okay, so this fermentation produces short chain fatty acids, which our large intestine cells can use as an energy source also, and this causes the gas production so that we can digest our food, and it helps to our nutrition process as well. Okay. So now this is the whole digestive process of carbohydrate as a whole, as we have discussed. So here are some points, that is the unique points of the carbohydrate digestion process. So let's discuss this. Now some monosaccharides that we are taken as a food, such as the grapes, and these are not be need to digest. Okay, so this is directly digested in our body. Now the fibers also, the fibers as a food we are taken, but this cannot be digested because we have not sufficient enzymes to digest it. So this is fermented by the gut microbiota that we are discussed in the large intestine part. Okay, so these are the some exception things in the whole digestive process of carbohydrate. So now as a note we can say that the all larger types of saccharides, that is the poly, di, oligo, starch, etc., and these are all needed to digest themselves by breaking down into the monosaccharide forms, but the shorter forms of monosaccharides does not need to break down into their shorter forms because they are already in short forms. Okay, so they are digested in their original form as well. So this is the end of this digestive system of the carbohydrate.